Let's talk about beards. So there are two possible contexts in which the word beard might come up in reference to gay culture. There is, of course, what you're not seeing nearly as much of on my face right now, the hairy face badge of honor that's become increasingly popular in gay male communities. Not just amongst self-identified bears and otters and on social networks like Scruff, but in the general gay population. A beard is also common slang for an ostensible significant other used as a smokescreen, typically to conceal a gay man's sexual orientation. But those two meanings of the word beard have a little bit more to do with each other than you might initially think. A beard is a symbol of masculinity, and one of the oldest and most inaccurate gay stereotypes is that homosexual men have some sort of masculinity deficit. When a gay guy is still in the closet, posing as heterosexual often means assuming a mantle of masculine affectations. Case in point. Grow back, damn it! Grow back faster! In reality, of course, a person's masculine or feminine mannerisms often have very little to do with their sexual orientation. And even though people generally accept that a beard is indicative of masculinity, different types of facial hair can actually denote different types of masculinity. A beard can be rugged and unkempt, wise and mysterious, or wacky and whimsical. With the right kind of beard, you can even suggest effeminacy. Disney's sissiest villains often have delicately groomed facial hair, which communicates to the audience their sophisticated and distinctly dainty brand of evil. Right now, beards are an especially common sight on sexualized characters, and it's this trend that I'm most interested in. For a couple years, we had lumbersexuals, a trendy urban style influenced by the classical woodsman aesthetic. I'm not sure that lumbersexuality was exactly an appropriation of gay style in the same way that metrosexuality or usage of the phrase Yas Queen were, but I do think it's fair to say that the sexualization of the beard and flannel look was something that the gays perfected long before straight guys got wind of it. And much of this most recent beard trend sprouted from the ways that gay men have been portrayed in the past. In the late 90s and early 2000s, gay men had a very manicured, baby-faced image. Shows like Will and Grace, Queer as Folk, and Queer Eye featured images of clean-shaven gay men who often presented more feminine mannerisms. Queer Eye in particular often featured hirsute straight guys who were made over in a more clean-cut style over the course of an episode. All of this led to the metrosexuality trend of the early 2000s, and the reactionary backlash was kind of inevitable. Suddenly we had a whole bunch of guys defending what it supposedly meant to be a real man. Nowhere was this more evident than in our light beer commercials.
Do you care how it tastes?
Nah, I don't care how it tastes.
Okay, well, when you start caring, put down your purse and I'll give you a Miller Lite.
Miller Lite. Enjoy the refreshing taste of gender conformity. Comparatively, the rise of lumbersexuality and beard culture seems fairly harmless, though there are some unquestionably toxic elements within it. Meme images like this one not only perpetuate the idea that women can't have beards, because guess what, some of them do, but that if you're not conventionally masculine enough, you're not a real man. I know a lot of trans and otherwise gender nonconforming guys who have some things to say about that. And in that same vein of reinforcing the status quo, it's worth pointing out that the growing appreciation of beards in the States is an almost exclusively white phenomenon. Men of color who have beards are often stigmatized or profiled as potential terrorists. And while non-white men certainly exist within the bear community, they're not nearly as visible. The truth is that there's no singular right way to be a man or to have a beard. You can be a macho, nature-loving beardo without demonizing your less conventionally masculine brethren. And you can be a clean-shaven, coiffed fashionista while recognizing that that's not something universal or even unique to gay men. Or you can be somewhere in between, and that's perfectly fine too. That said, I am going to grow my beard back, because something really needs to be done about this problem area.